Birbal meets Akbar. When Birbal was a little boy, he was very bold. He would not hesitate to talk to anybody or play tricks on them. One day, while he was playing around in the forest near his village, he met three strange men. All of them were on horses. Two of them looked like soldiers, while the one in middle looked like a very rich man. They seemed to be lost, so Birbal ran towards them to talk to them. Just as he came near them, a rich man in the middle came out to him. Hey boy, which of this road go to Agra? Birbal stopped running and began laughing. The men looked a bit angry to see Birbal laughing. Birbal looked up at the rich man and said, haha, none of this road go to Agra, sir. The rich man frowned at Birbal and said, what do you mean, boy? Birbal continued laughing and said, sir, don't you know that roads don't move? How can they go to Agra? Saw that rich man was not laughing. Birbal said to him, people travel on roads, but roads don't travel, right? The two guards looked at the rich man with fear in their eyes. They thought that he would beat the cheeky boy. To their surprise, the rich man said, of course, road can't travel. He burst out laughing. When he stopped laughing, the rich man said to Birbal, boy, you are very brave and witty. My court could use people like you. Here, take this ring and bring it to me when you grow older. I will make sure that you become a minister in my court. Birbal looked a bit confused and asked the rich man, who are you, sir? The rich man smiled and said to Birbal, I am Akbar, king of the great Mughal Empire. Birbal bowed as he realized that he was holding the ring of a king. He said to Akbar, I will definitely come to meet you when I am older. King Akbar, thank you. Many years later, when Birbal had grown into a fine young man, he decided to visit the great city of King Akbar lived. After walking many days, he arrived at the gates of the city. It was very hot afternoon, and the guards on duty was very angry. As soon as Birbal walked up to enter the gates, the guard blocked him his path with a spear. With a rough voice, he said to Birbal, what do you think you are going, man? Birbal was surprised by the angry guard, but he quickly said, I am here to see Akbar the Great. The guard began laughing and said, of course, Akbar the Great is waiting to see you. Why don't you go in? Suddenly he stopped laughing and in an angry voice they replied, do you think that Akbar the Great is waiting to see you? Get out of here. As the guard raised his spear, Birbal pulled out the ring that Akbar had given him. When the guard saw the ring, they realized that it was indeed Akbar's ring. He looked surprised and said, where did you get that? Birbal smiled and said, just like I said, Akbar the Great gave it to me. Now let me in. Guards know that they didn't have any other choices, but they did not want to miss the opportunity to make some money. So they said to Birbal, you may have the king's ring, but if I don't let you in, you will never go to show it to them. So if you want me to let you in, you must promise me that you will give half of whatever the king gives you. Birbal knows that those guards would not let him in if he did not agree, but he decided to teach the guard a lesson. So he promised, of course, I will give you whatever the kings give me. So then Birbal made his way to the king's court, admiring all the beautiful architecture and gardens that surrounded the main palace. Once he made his way into court, Birbal went straight up to Akbar, who was seated on a magnificent throne. Akbar had a very good memory. As soon as he saw Birbal, he recognized his face. He smiled at Birbal and said surprisingly, Birbal bowed before the Akbar and showed off his ring and said, oh great king, I am the boy who met you in the forest. I have come here as you had asked me to. Birbal smiled and said, of course, you are the brave boy who I met before. You have grown into a fine young man. Can I give you gold, food, or a house? I will give you whatever you ask. Birbal looked up at Akbar and said, I would like you to give me 100 laces. Akbar was shocked. Why do you want me to give me 100 laces? You have not done anything wrong. Don't you want money or food? Akbar smiled at him and said, no, I just want only 100 laces. You have to keep your word and give me what I asked for. King and the rest of the court were shocked. They thought that a young man has gone mad. Akbar did not want to give Birbal the lashes, but he could not go against his own word. So he said, I don't know why you are doing this. Since you insist, I will see that you get 100 lashes. Birbal removed his hat and got ready for the lashes. Akbar could not look at Birbal get lashed. He did not understand this strange young man. Birbal bit his teeth and quietly counted each lash. Then the god gave him on his back. After 50 lashes, Birbal suddenly got up and said, "Stop." Akbar turned around and looked at Birbal. Birbal said, "When I tried to enter the city, the god at the gate would not let me in until I promised to give him a bribe. He wanted half of whatever you give me. I would like to keep my promise to him and give him remaining 50 lashes that I asked from you." The king began to laugh and sent for the god. When the guilty god admitted what he had done, Akbar said, "You are a brave and intelligent young man. I have been trying very hard to punish all the corrupt peoples in my kingdom, but your little trick had taught them a good lesson. I need men like you in my court. Will you join my court?" Birbal bowed down in front of Akbar and said, "Your wish is my command, O king." From that day, Birbal became a minister in the great court of Akbar. Okay guys, thanks for watching.